I started bleeding from my nose for the first time in a while. And it really wasn't the physical pain that had really took effect on me. It was the fact that I was knocked down. The fact that I wasn't able to play anymore. And I know it was just for the time being, but, getting back in my car and really thinking about my recovery and taking time from doing something or being taken away from something for some time, it may hurt you, and it was heavy. The weight of being knocked down is heavy because it's not physical anymore. It deals with us spiritually, emotionally, physically. A lot of us ask God why. Why? But I feel as though we don't hear God's calling when we're distracted. We don't hear his calling when we shouldn't be doing things that we're not supposed to be doing. And I think that it's just time to ask for some help sometimes. Some help from God, though. It's when you're sitting in the corner, you're in a dark space. I know what it's like to be in a dark space, to feel like you don't want to be seen by nobody. It really hits you in your heart. But you got to do what you got to do to keep healing. You have to do what you have to do to continue growing and to get back up even when that feels so heavy. Because I know what it's like. And eventually, you're going to be tired of being somebody you're not. When you're in the darkness for so long, you have no other choice but to face your shadow. You have no other choice but to look what happened behind you and put it to the past. You have to understand that this is a journey. I know what it feels like to be a burden to yourself. To feel like that you let yourself down. To feel like you can't even depend on yourself. I know how it feels. To not want to get up the next day. To not want to try again. But it's in those moments. It's in those moments when you're alone. When you're by yourself. When nobody sees you. That's how you were made. When nobody was paying attention to you. That's when we're made. And we pick ourselves back up. It may have been hard to pick yourself back up. But every battle that you have fought, you not only have you won the wars, but you've overcome so many losses that you've took in those battles. You have to not forget about what you've overcome and what you're possible of. So you can pick yourself back up. Don't let yourself stay down. If you let yourself stay down, you're going to give up on yourself. But there's other people who actually believe in you. And some people are going to start to fall off your life. There's going to be things that no longer affect you, and you're going to start walking with a purpose. With a plan. And you kind of gain this superpower of a superpower like level up. You're able to do new things. You're able to start planning and setting goals for things that you never thought were achievable in your life. And when you start taking action towards that version of yourself who is accomplishing those things, like I always say, your thoughts create your reality. You will start to move in a reality where things start to go your way. Because there's also going to be times where, it's not going to always go our way. And one day you're going to close the door on that darkness that once consumed you. You say, no more, no more. And you really start to embrace who you are. You really start to rediscover yourself. You're going to be reborn. A lot of people may ask, why? When did you like doing this? When did you like Hulk? This has been my favorite superhero. I just have overcome the past version of myself. You're overcoming the past version of yourself. this person I am today, I know y'all see the muscles. The past version of myself is proud of me because of the actions that I took. But it's more than just the weight. It's more than just doing something to get something in return. This has a purpose to me. And whatever serves purpose to you, you bring that thing to life. I value my body. Before I was defeated and I felt lost and I felt anxious about wearing certain clothes or being a skinny dude or whatever. But I changed that. And now I will never look back at myself the same way again. I'm actually proud of who I became. You have to step into this new version of yourself. You can't let something that scared you be the reason why you aren't taking those steps to become that person. And eventually you'll realize that they were just tests, and they were just events that needed to happen so you were able to become that person you could be today. And it makes you strong. And it makes you brave. Very proud of yourself. Before I got hit in the nose, this old man came up to me. He was 62 years old. He said he had 2 knee surgeries and he's about to get his ankle replaced. No, when I tell you he's 62 years old. Giving people buckets in the wreck. And he said I wouldn't change the way that his life was for anything. And it's about appreciating the journey for what it is and for what it was. Appreciating every single moment that made you have the awareness that this situation we're in is going to pass. Having the awareness that this present moment right now is all we ever have. And you have a choice to continue to be knocked down. You have a choice to stay on the ground. Or you have a choice to, better yourself. To think about the positive. To think about things that could benefit you in that current moment. Don't look back at all your losses and all the times you've been knocked down. Look at all the times you got back up. Stop looking at all the times that it could go wrong. Look at all the times that it went right. Appreciate this journey for what it is. By the way, if you would like to go deeper with me, I write on Patreon. It's a $5 membership. I write on Patreon. It's a $5 membership explaining how I went through the process, explaining how I went through the unknown journey and how I trusted God and implemented ways of becoming this version of me that I became. This isn't any fake information. It's not going to be information that you've seen already. It's going to be information that comes from my soul, that comes from the work that I did on myself, telling my story, my stories. Every week you'll get a letter from me. And however long the letter is, my gift to you for $5 a month. Connect with me. I really appreciate you for watching this video though. I really appreciate you for staying to the end. You stay blessed. You stay on your path. You get up, you get active, you get moving. Peace.